Hi friends, I'm Miss Rebecca and this is Monty Bear, and today we've got a story to read to you. Now, I've spoken to you already before that Monty Bear and we are both authors. That's a really fancy name for somebody who's written a book. And here is the book that we've written together as authors. It's called Where, Oh Where is Monty Bear? Singapore. And Miss Sura, our friend, she is also the illustrator. Remember, an illustrator is a fancy word for someone who does the pictures in a storybook. So, remember, last time when we read the story, something magical happened. On the front page here, there was a map of the world, and Monty Bear actually touched the golden magical star, and he ended up in a new place, and it actually is Singapore. And if you can see the magical golden star, here it is. It's just over Singapore. This is where Miss Rebecca and Monty Bear come from in Australia. And here is Singapore up over here. Right over the other side is where the Queen lives, where Monty Bear would like to go have a cup of tea with her. Up here is Japan, where he could go and climb Mount Fuji. And all around here is the ocean, where the 7 seas are that Monty Bear would like to go sail one day. So Monty, should we have a look what happens in this story? I'd like to too. So the story begins. Where, oh where, is Monty Bear? He's holding a flag. Do you know what country that flag is? Of course it's Singapore, yes. Now, when we last met Monty Bear, he had opened his magical book with an explosion of fireworks. Monty was transported to that twinkling star that was on the map. Oh, where am I? Thought Monty Bear. He rubbed his eyes. Can you rub your eyes? Monty can too. Rub your eyes. Wherever this was, it was an amazing place. Now, Monty looked around curiously. Oh, the sights, the sounds, and the smells all around him were so different from anything he knew. Monty took one last look at the book here before he tucked it away, and as if by magic, some words started to appear on the page. What is it, Monty? What's there on the page? He said it's a riddle. Oh, Monty Bear loves riddles. Do you like riddles? Well, what is a riddle though? Oh, I think you're right, yes. A riddle is where you ask a question, but it's got a bit of a trick to it. Shall we read the riddle? Okay, Monty, is that it there? Yes. It says, find the waterfall from the king of the jungle tall. It stands with no feet where land and sea do meet. That sure is a tricky riddle, isn't it? Now, Monty was excited. Oh, but he felt those butterflies in his tummy too. He suddenly felt a long way away from the warm comfort of his classroom. Oh, Monty knew what he had to do. He had to be a confident bear and find the answer to the riddle. So he closed his eyes and took some deep belly breaths again. Shall we help Monty? Are you ready? Put your hands on your belly, shoulders back, close your eyes and breathe in. 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I feel better. How are you feeling, Monty? Yeah, he's got a smile on his face. Thank you. Let's see what happens next. Oh, well, Monty said, well, look, down here, there's some water, but what about the king of the jungle? If I'm going to solve this riddle, I'm going to have to explore. Oh, Monty soon found himself in an amazing forest of giant trees that they seemed to burst right through the clouds. Behind the trees, Monty saw the most incredible building. It was like a ship floating high up in the air. Now, as Monty stepped in the shade of a giant glass dome, what's that? Oh, he heard a bell ring. Can you make the sound that a bell would make? Ding, 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 ding. Come on, Monty, you help us, please. Ready? Ding, 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 ding. An old man was riding a rickshaw. He was passing by. So, quick as a flash, Monty jumped on board. Oh, relieved to be out of the hot sun. Now, soon the buildings all around him were even higher than those giant trees. Welcome to Singapore. My name is Mr. Lim, but you can call me Uncle, said the old man. What's your name? What is it? My name is Monty Bear. I'm on my very first real adventure and I have to answer a riddle. Can you please help me? Sounds like fun, laughed Uncle. Can. Come on, let's go. Oh, after a little while, the old man slowed down and stopped for a stretch. Could you all help us stretch? You ready, Monty? Put your arms up. Oh, wriggle your shoulders right up to the sky. Oh, that feels better. Oh, Monty jumped off and he was keen to look for some clues. Oh, nestled amongst the skyscrapers were rows of little food stalls under a lovely old roof. The air was filled with smoke and smells and the strange pungent aroma of a sweet and stinky fruit. I think I know what that fruit is. Do you know what it is? Starts with a D sound. Do you know what it is, Monty? You've tried it before, I think. That's right. It's called durian. You find it in Singapore. So, Monty wrinkled up his nose. Can you wrinkle your nose? Then he saw the most incredible treat. It was as big as his head. The stall owner handed it to him and it was called ice kacang. Now, remembering to be open-minded, Monty took a spoon in his paw and cautiously took a bite. It was delicious. This was turning out to be a tastier adventure than Monty had ever hoped for. Any luck with your riddle? Asked Uncle as he got back onto the rickshaw. No, not yet, Uncle, said Monty, licking ice and syrup off his paws. Can we try somewhere else? Can. Let's go to Chinatown, suggested Uncle. As they turned up a narrow street, Monty spotted tourists everywhere. They were taking photos of temples and buying trinkets from the market stalls lining the road. Can you pretend to take a photo as well? Are you ready? Get your camera and go, show me. Great photo. It reminded him of pictures he'd seen in a book all about China. Now there in front of him was a wall of fish tanks. Could this be where the land and sea meet? Oh, but hang on. What about the king of the jungle and the waterfall? No, they were nowhere to be seen. What do you think, Monty? Yes? Answer to the riddle or no? Yeah, no. This does not solve the riddle at all. Monty and Uncle continued on until they came to a very grand old-looking hotel. It was all white and there was the sweet smell of frangipanis in the air. Oh, can you hear that? Asked Uncle. Monty could hear the sound of trickling water. Maybe this was the waterfall. Uncle asked the smartly dressed doorman if there was a waterfall inside, but Unfortunately, this was only a fountain. So on they went, the old man whistling as they rode along. Can you all whistle? I've tried before in practice, but I need to still keep going. Can you whistle, Monty Bear? Let's all have a go together. Might have to keep practicing. Soon Monty drifted off to sleep. When Monty awoke, he could smell exotic spices and honeyed sweets in the air. Oh, there were some ladies strolling along wearing brightly coloured saris. Monty wondered if Uncle had ridden all the way to India whilst he slept. Wow, what an adventure this was turning out to be. However, there was still no sign of the king of the jungle or the waterfall. Uncle stopped whistling and turned around. Now, I've been thinking about your riddle and I have an idea, he said with a wink. Can you wink? It's when you close one eye. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Great. Oh. He pedalled hard until trees and jungle replaced the buildings. The king of the jungle! It's a lion, laughed Uncle. Oh, well, where can we see a lion? Asked Monty. The zoo! Exclaimed Uncle. Uncle and Monty had a great time at the zoo. What are they seeing here? Yes, there's some orangutans. Monty especially loved the orangutans that were all swinging through the trees. But when they found the lion, there was no waterfall. And that lion had feet. Oh, what do you think now, Monty? You still haven't solved your riddle. It was getting late and there was still no answer to this riddle. Where now? Asked Monty. I think we need to get up high for a better look, said Uncle. So soon they were looking up at the biggest Ferris wheel that Monty had ever seen. It's called the Singapore Flyer, Uncle told him. Up in the capsule, Singapore was spread out beneath them like a map. Oh, right over there, something white glinted in the afternoon sun. Monty, look over there. Can you see it? Yes. What's that? Monty asked, pointing to a large statue on the edge of the bay. It's called the Merlion, replied Uncle with his eyes widening. It's a statue of a lion's head on a fish's tail with water coming out of its mouth. Why didn't I think of that before? The riddle, cried Monty as he pressed his shiny nose against the glass. The Merlion. That's right, Monty. It's the answer to the riddle. As Monty grabbed the book from his pocket, he turned to give Uncle a big high five and his best bear smile. Thank you, Uncle, for helping me on my adventure. Oh, you're welcome, La, said Uncle with a grin. With the riddle solved, Monty opened his book. No longer was the gold star twinkling over Singapore. Here it is. It had been moved to another part of the map. It was glowing brighter and brighter. Curiously, Monty Bear turned the page. What is it again? That's right, it's the fireworks, just like in the first book. And it says, where, oh where, is Monty Bear? So Monty Bear touched the golden star again and it's taken him to another country. So Monty Bear and I, we have now been authors of our third book. We're at the moment making it with the illustrations that Miss Sue is doing, but I can give you one clue of where that book is. The book that he's going to go to next, it is not Singapore, because he's just been there. It's the country that Miss Rebecca comes from. Remember I told you at the beginning? What was it? Can you remember, Monty? That's right. It is Australia. So remember to click down on the link there and sign up to our Monty Bear YouTube channel, and then you can see what happens with Monty Bear and when we go to Australia and all the adventures that unfold. Bye-bye, friends. Say bye-bye, Monty. Bye-bye.